Yeah, hi everyone, guys. I hope my voice is visible. I would say audible for everyone, right? I'm sharing my screen. So, what are the topics we completed? I give the outline of it. We can get the better clarity where we are and all. Okay. My screen is visible, everyone, right? Okay. So, in the backend topics, we started with the backend topics and we discussed about the Sling models. Okay, when we author the data, when users author the data, that data we can inject in Java classes using Sling models. That data we can inject and that we can read by using Sling models. That data we can display on the page. So that we can do by using Sling models. And after the Sling models, we discussed about Sling servlets. Sling servlets means all are normal Java classes. Like if you go with the Sling models, those all are the Java classes. In AEM, AEM is a normal tool where actually we can use our Java classes only. Okay, AEM backend is nothing but Java programs only. Okay, Sling model is nothing but Java program. Sling servlet is nothing but Java programs only. And Sling servlets are also, I would say, normal Java classes. Sling servlet have the life cycle like init method, a service method, a destroy method, and what the method will do, they can take the parameters, they can process the parameters, and they can return the response. They can return the response. So there are like we discussed about how many ways we can register, and what is the difference between path-based servlet and resource-based servlet. These are all the areas which we discussed in the Sling servlet. So after the Sling servlet, we discussed about Sling schedulers, right? We can say schedulers. Schedulers meaning schedulers is Sling servlets is the service, and this is also service. And Sling schedulers, which is used to if you want to run a piece of code multiple times based on the cron expression, and in that cron expression at what time we want to run. For example, I want to uh, say birthday wishes at 12 o'clock. So can I able to wake up at 12 o'clock? Then I wish them? No. You need to write the scheduler, and you can give the timing. I would say time interval when you want to execute our piece of code. So according to that time, our scheduler will be activate, and that will be start executing its process. That is the schedulers. All are very very important topics. If you attend any interview, so compulsory they can you will face the questions on all the areas whatever the topics we are discussing. You compulsory you can face the questions on the schedulers. This is also service and scheduler which is used to run a piece of code at regular intervals, where we have the cron expression which we wanted to mention time interval, and we can implement the scheduler using runnable interface. It have a runnable run method where we can write the logic which we wanted to run a piece of code, and we can deploy the bundle, and then we can start using the scheduler. This is all about scheduler which we discussed about the schedulers. So after the schedulers, next concept we have event handlers. Event handler event handler you can see here the name itself will have the meaning, right? Normally what does it mean by events? Event event means normally any actions, any actions. Event handlers. Okay, event handlers. So generally in case of event handlers, there is a question, that is what is the difference between event handlers and event listeners? What is the this is the regular question, what is the difference between event handler and event listener? Event listener and event handler. Event handler. Okay, what is the difference between event listener and event handler? So event listener and event handler, they both are coming from two different APIs. They both are not same. They are two different APIs. They are coming from two different APIs. Two different APIs. Okay. So first one is event listener is coming from the Node API, and this is coming from the Sling API. This is coming from the Sling API. The same thing I am writing. Event listener is coming from the Node API, and then next event handler is coming from the Sling API. Sling API. So I'm telling like event listener is coming from the Node API and event handler is coming from the Sling API. Is there any proof? Yes, we have the proof, man. That where we have the code base. In that code base, I can show you. For example, you can look for the sample code, for event handler, event handler. Last, you can add GitHub. Yeah, you can go to the repo. This is already like Adobe team, they provide us some implemented code. So there is an event handler, and I am going inside. Can drag this one little bit. This is the code. Go to here, and then yeah, coming to here, where actually are events implementation. Inside the implementation, we have the event handler. So simply go through that, and so generally what I would say the purpose of event handler, what it will do in AEM tool generally, it can listen the events of the nodes at a Sling level. It can listen the events of the nodes at a Sling level, at a Sling level. So there are three frameworks, right? AIM is the architecture, and which is made up with, there are three frameworks. What are the three frameworks? Sling framework, JCR framework, and Sling, JCR, and Node, right? Sling, JCR, and OECL. So when you go with the event handler, it can listen the events of the nodes. Meaning, if you create any node, if you edit any node, if you modify any node, okay, if you delete any node, so all node related events, if you made on Sling level frameworks, so there is a concept Sling event handler. It can listen all the events done in Sling level, and whatever the changes so you done in the Sling level, that will be show in the log files. For example, if you delete any nodes, for example, if you delete 5 nodes, and in the real-time scenarios, every profile with your name. For example, in our AEM, we are everybody is logging with the admin. But in case of real-time scenarios, every profile with your name. So event handler, like if you delete anything, so in the log files it will be showed with your name. So this is the node deleted by this person. And if you create any node, this is the node created by this person. If you modify any node, so this is the node modified by this person. You can get the complete information. So that how we can get such kind of information that we can get by using event handlers. Event handlers. Event handlers, it can listen the events of the nodes at a sling level. And where we have the event listener as well. Event listener. Event listener as well. So what it will do, it can listen the events of the nodes at a node level. Node level. There are, the purpose is the same, but this can listen sling level and this can listen node level. Okay, so whenever you are implementing the event handler and event listener also, you have to import respective packages. Then only your event handler and event listener will work. If not, they don't work. Okay, so I'm showing you like some sample code how they implemented and all. So according to that, in our case also we can uh, start implementing the event handler, and then we can deploy, and then we can start using the event handler. Okay, there is a sample code. Normally, how you can get the sample code? Normally, you can go and then open a new tab. In that, you can look for the sample code for event handler GitHub. Then you can get the code here. So if you come here, how they implemented and all. So see here, this is what, this is class name, right? All backend topics are nothing but normal Java classes only. This is also normal Java class. This normal Java class, how they are converting into, coming to here, component. They are converting into component. They are converting into component, and again they are converting into some service. Okay, and these are the properties they added, like adding the filters and all. These are the some extra properties they added. Okay, now this is the skeleton of the event handler. And here what they did actually, event handler, whenever you are writing the event handler, make sure you have to, this is the event handler is the run up interface. You have to implement this one. Event handler has only one method, that is the handle event method. Handle event method. So this method, what it will do, it can observe all the changes. So see here, event dot get property, event dot get property, and which means any property uh, you will be added or you will be deleted, and any properties you will be changed or you will be not change anything, and any property you can be removed. So all it can be triggered by using the method called handle event method. Handle event method. Okay, so now these are some other logic they written. Okay, so simply coming to here, I said event handler is coming from the Sling API, right? Go to import statements. If I could go, and then if I open the import statement, you guys can you please see here what all the import statements you have? You can observe here closely. So event listener is coming from where? Sling API. And this is also topology also coming from where? This one, Sling, and Sling constant, Sling, and this is coming from Sling, this is coming from Sling. So you guys clearly observe. So like if you want to implement event handler, make sure you have to import Sling related packages only. Sling related packages only. Sling related packages only. Sling related packages only. Okay, Sling related packages. So based on this, you can clearly say event handler is coming from the Sling API. because of these packages. Because of these packages, these are the normal logger files, and remaining these Apache Sling also what same framework, right? Apache Sling is also belong to Sling framework only. Okay, yeah, these all are coming from the Sling package. Now you clearly understood event handler is completely coming from which API? Which API? Apache Sling API. Apache Sling API. Okay, fine. Now, now this statement is true. So I showed you programmatically also, meaning this is coming from the Sling API. Sling API. In the practically in the code wise also we seen this one. Okay, fine. Next, we can go ahead with the event listener. Go to the implementation package, and there is the event listener. So simply I am going with the event listener, and I am scrolling down, and I said this is coming from Node API, also called as JCR framework. So see, the class name they taken as something like sample JSR event listener is the class name they taken. Okay, so generally all are backend Java programs, and they are giving the different name. This is also Java program and implements event listener. So this is also we have to implement, make sure event listener interface, and in case of event handler interface. In case of event listener interface. So these two you have to make sure you have to import this one. Once you are familiar with this one, and see here what kind of operations it can perform. A combination of one or more event type constants encoded as the bit marks available JSR events. These are the JSR events. If you add any node, if you remove any node, I would say move any node, remove and properties. So there is a any node, there are possibilities of 6 operations, guys. What are the 6 operations? What are the 6 operations, guys? So 6 operations, only the possibility you can perform on the node. What are the 6 operations generally? Node, we can create the node, and next one is we can modify the node, and we can delete the node. We can delete the we can delete node. This is how many these are the 3 actions, and along with there are we can add the node property, and we can modify node property, and we can remove the node property. So any node, these are the 3 actions, guys. Any node, these are the 3 actions. What are the there are total 6 actions. Any node we can able to perform. There are total 6 actions. What are the total 6 actions? So we can create the node, we can modify the node, and we can delete the node. In case of properties, we can add the property, we can modify the property, and we can remove the property. These are the 6 variations we have. These are the 6 variations. These are the 6 actions you can able to perform on the node. Okay, so if you these 6 actions, if you done in the Sling level, so that will be triggered at the event handler. These 6 actions that will be done in the JSR framework level, so that will be triggered in the event listener, guys. Event listener. So see here how they implemented logic and all. So generally, they take a normal Java class and they converted into um, service, implemented event listener, and if it is the event listener, then there is a on event is the method that is coming from this event listener, and inside, so based on the requirement, they can return the logic, they can return the logic, they can return the logic, they can return the logic. So this is how they implemented, and this is how they implemented. So today what we can do, we can write the event handler, and then we can try to do some modifications on the CRXT, and then we can check like all the changes we made in the CRXT, that is our event handling is listening or not. We can check by using event handler concept. Okay, so event handler is also one service, guys. Event handler is also one service. Normally how we can implement the service syntax for syntax. Normally public class Java name and implements this is what implements runnable this is the event handler, right? You can implement event handler. This is the scope of event handler. This you can convert into component, and again that you can convert into service, that you can convert into service equal to event handler dot class, and mention immediate equal to. So this is normal common properties, these already you know, these already you know, yes or not? Yes, right? This already you know. So this is actually uh, the skeleton. Like if anyone, they will ask like how you can implement event handler, then what is your answer? Java class implements event handler and declared with the OJ component and convert into service. This is your answer. This is your answer. This is your answer. Are you guys clear with my statements or not? So they both are coming from two different APIs. Event listener is coming from a Node API, and event listener is coming from Node API, and event handler is coming from the Sling API. Sling API. Okay. So how we can implement and all event handler? There is a blog also, so you can check with the blog as well. For example, you can look with the event handler Imran Khan blog, that you can go ahead with that blog, and that blog also can verify. Normally there are number of persons who are already in the AEM domain, so when they have the free time, they written some blogs. So see here what it will do. Event handler is responsible for the Sling level events, event listener is responsible for JCR level events. Next, if you see here, both are responsible for executing an event. Next one is event handler. Event handler, this is the implementation. This is the implementation. Okay. So first we can go ahead with the event handler, how they implemented and all. This is what normal Java class. Normal Java class, they declared with component, and again they convert into service and immediate equal to true, and this is the mandatory properties you need to add. So where this is the path of CRXT, like our resource, wherever we are creating and deleting, that path you have to give. This is the path you have to give. And next one is you have to create the logger, and this is the method is coming from the handle event handler, and in that you can mention event topic and path equal to, then you have to get these values, get event topic and get event path. So the same program I can write and then I can show you, you can get the better clarity on. So you have to open your EAM instance as well. So in my case, I would like to open my EAM instance. So parallel, I can open the IDs and all, you know. I can open my ID. So parallel, I can do the event handler implementation as well. So go and then check, is there any folder which is related to handler is there or not there. If not there, you have to create. So I thought there is no event handler folder. So you can create the folder. So simply go to the core, right click on it and create new folder and mention the folder name is handler. Okay, and then go inside, take one Java class. So as your wish, you can take one Java class. So in my here I am taking demo some handler class I am taking, and this is normal Java class, right? This normal Java class you need to change into the service. How you can do that one? That you can declare with at the rate component. So it will give the suggestions. So when you open the IDE, so it will take 1 2 minutes to load complete project in it. Then only it can able to give the suggestions. When you look for that a specific word, it can give the suggestions. Still loading. So like this you can able to get that one. Now you can convert service equal to. So here implements, you have to make sure the interface you can give here. Okay, implements event handler, and this is also you have to import third one. This is coming from some other things and you have to import this one. Okay, and service equal to event handler dot class. Now this is the service. Now this is the service, guys, dot class, and here also you can able to override the methods, add unimplemented methods. Okay, now handle event method is coming from where, event handler interface. Okay, and here you can try to add few more other properties as well. Those are like immediate equal to true, and next I can say enabled equal to true, and after that we have the important property we need to add, that is property equal to. So this is the path we need to add, where I can mention. So see here, property equal to sling constant dot event topic equal to, this is the path. This is the path we need to add. So I would come to here, look for that string constants. Okay, sling constant, and the next one is event constants and event topic. Event topic equal to. So here we can able to give the path. We can able to give the path. The path is, I would say, org, and next one is Apache Sling API, and resource. So under this location, if we made any changes, then that should be triggered and that should be displayed on here. So star meaning any changes happened in this path. Any changes happened in this path, that we can trigger, and that we can mention that one. Get topic. This event constant dots event topic, and where I am giving the path. You can check the path OSG and Apache Sling API resource. Sling API resource. Okay, fine. And we have to create the logger. Already you know how to create the logger and syntax for the logger as well, right? So the same thing, I am creating the logger file as well. So simply what I am doing, I am going to here and then I am trying to create the logger file. Private static next final and logger. There is a logger SL4J. Yeah, this one, and log equal to logger factory dot get logger. So inside you can mention the class name, whatever the class name you want to trigger the events, that you can mention. Keep inside this one dot class. Okay, demo handler dot class. So in this you can mention the inside log dot info is the method, and where actually can mention log info get event topic event topic equal to some data, and path equal to, you can mention some data, and here event event get topic and event get property. Event get property. First one is get topic, and next one is event dot get properties. Event dot get properties. Get property. So here where you can mention string constants dot property path. String constants dot inside where I would mention coming to here log info get topic and path event dot get topic. Now event dot get property. So when you look for that one that is coming or not, you can cross verify that one where I would mention event dot get property, and inside the get property you can mention string constants event dot get property and event dot get property string constants. Yeah, string constants dot next one where we can mention property dot path. Okay, yeah, this is the property. So this is the simple event handler written. So however they implemented, so simply I am also using the same code in my program as well. Okay, so what I did actually Java class, and make sure whenever you are writing the runnable event handler, make sure there is a predefined interface. You have to use that predefined interface that have the one method that is and event method inside whatever the logic I want to print that I can mention inside this one. And now this is the Java class. This Java class I convert into component. Again, I can convert into the event handler. So this is the thing I done. Okay, so simply now what I do, I can do the deployment, and then I can create the logger file, and then I can check like all the logs will be printing on not in that logger file, so that I can do that now. I can see so where actually where I would go to Java, my project June batch, right? So in that I would go, and then I can open my command prompt, and then I can do the deployment. Manually install -p auto install single package. Now you can see can deploy, and then you can create logger file, and then you can check like the data is coming or not on the logger file. That is our task. You can see that which is coming or not. So there is a issue is throwing on the path that is event topic or event handler. Coming to here OSG, there is some path issue. ORG Apache String
Uh,
ORG.
some spelling mistake, Krishna, here.
Yeah, yeah.
In 21 line.
Sling API resource and resource. Okay, this file you can save. Now you can go and then you can do the deployment once again, and then see. Click on up arrow and then click on this one. Then we'll see.
In our program, in 21 line, there is a event spelling mistake, Krishna. Actually, event topic 21 line.
In one to write property equal to, this is some mistake we made. Event constant, event topic, and this is the path. Varji Apache string API and resource. That is okay, fine. Immediate equal to true, service equal to true, event constants, component service equal to event handler dot class, immediate equal to true, enabled equal to true, property equal to event constants, event e capital, everything is okay, event constant dot event topic, and after that we are mentioning plus operator, and here we need to mention the equals. Now can do the deployment. Yeah. Save the file and then you can do the deployment. Now this is deploying. So once the deployment completed, we can create the logger files and then can check like okay, done. Create one logger file. Already you know process how to create logger file and all, right? Localhost aim start at HTML and go to the logger file. Tools and operations, web console, and go to log support. Create new logger. So here I would mention my logger name is something called handler, and here I need to give the path. Copy the path up to core dot. This is you have to import this. Create that one and save this one, and go your author instance, open quick start, and then go to logs. This is the logs, and there is a handle.log that you can open. So initially you will be able to get anything. Normally there are two lines are coming, that is default lines are coming. Okay. Now what I do, I will go to the crxt localhost 4502 aim start.html. In the tools I can create few of the nodes. I will go to the content, and then here I can able to create few of the nodes, like create a node, and then I can mention the node name is some Rani node I'm creating. Rani. Save this one, reload this one, go to, oh, already Rani is already there. Create node, Rani already is there. You can take some Raju, node has created, and you can take one more, create one more node, that is some Lata. Okay, so I made, there are two changes, meaning I created two nodes. And event handler, if you go to that one, if you can open, you can see here it is showing or not. Added, where you added, under the content bar, what you added, two nodes you added, Lata and Raju. Okay, fine. So here I would like to add the property. Here I am adding, I can say JSR title. Okay, JSR title I am adding. Nice, I am adding some property I am adding. So simply save this one, go to here, and then you can check this is coming or not, or this is not coming. And for example, if you can delete the Lata, delete Lata, save this one, and go to there, and see here Lata is removed, removed Lata, removed Lata. Now I can change to Raju as, you can made, save all, come to here. So this will be removed and this will be added. So like this, any changes happens in the this level that you can do, you can trigger by using this one. Now next I would say, here also I'm changing to Madhya.html, and you can go and then check in that logger files. So all the changes are not happened or not. See here. Okay, wherever we made the changes, all will be triggered and then all will be displayed here. For example, here Madhu JSR title is I am changing to some Janu. Okay, simply I can save this one and then I can go here. So see here, all the changes will be triggered or not. Resource type, path, Madhu and Madhu, June.html, JSR title added and removed. There is a data, save all. So generally event handler, we can this is responsible for if you create any nodes and its properties, it can listen and then it can be triggered on the logger file. This is actually the thing, the purpose of the event handler. I hope you guys are clear with this one, right? Okay, this is the thing. So how they implemented, in our case also can implement the same thing, and then we can deploy it, and then we can start using the event handler. Okay, so today your assignment is also, you guys do the assignment on event handler, create logger files and create few of the nodes, and then you can check you can trigger the nodes whatever you created or not, meaning that is triggering or not, you can check, and then that you can upload in the search portal. Okay.